Hey, hi everyone. We're still in this room, so hopefully the board and everything is okay. This is module 4. We're going to be taking a little look at script writing and dialogue. I know we started that a bit during our workshop, so we'll just take a closer look at some of it. So scripts basically are dialogue. If you're writing a script, you're writing a dialogue. For the most part, the emotion and how to portray it is left to the reader's discretion. So it's really important that you portray your character and characterize your person through their dialogue. Directions in the some script writers will choose to include directions such as emotionally, angrily, but those are really guidelines for the actors, and there's no way that the audience is going to know what's written on your paper unless the actor says so. And there's just a example of maybe a script piece from Macbeth. So dialogue is a conversation, and it flows best when you have the fewest words between. So it's what he said, what she said, what he said, what she said. That flows very quickly, kind of like a heated argument or debate. Very little thought, very little pause between sentences. Directions do have their place. Now, I'm by no means saying that you shouldn't include, body language or observations or things in a dialogue, but it depends on the mood you're trying to set. So we're going to take a look at a couple dialogues and see basically the moods that we're trying to set. So, let me read this one to you as an example. It's a heated debate. "Stop," said Lisa angrily. "This isn't fair." "Life isn't fair," said Becca as she crossed her arms. "I didn't want this, Becca. I never thought of—" "You didn't think, period," Becca screamed. "You never think of anyone but yourself." Lisa felt tears sting her eye. "Becca, please, just give me another chance." So we can take this heated debate, if you will, and take out all the extra words. So anything that's not part of the dialogue, we're going to remove it. And then we end up with this, which I'll read to you. "Stop, Becca. This isn't fair." "Life isn't fair, Lisa. I didn't want this. I never thought of—" "You didn't think, period. You never think of anyone but yourself." "Becca, please, just give me another chance." So you can see here, in this edited, I guess, version of the debate, it flows much more quickly. There's no stopping, pausing, observations. So it's a very heated, fast-moving piece. Now we can compare this to this one. Her vision blurred, but she made no move to check her tears. "Eric, please." "You've left me no choice," Eric crossed his arms. "We're finished." "But Eric—" "No, Holly." The venom in his voice stung her soul. "We are never, ever, ever getting back together." Little Taylor Swift reference there at the end. But you can see in this case the extra words, the observations, the body movements really slow the piece down and kind of give it a more holding on. So in this piece, okay, so in the previous piece, this is a debate between two people. We're just arguing back and forth, that I was hopefully conveyed through this piece, the urgency, the fact that none of them are really thinking through what they're saying. They're just very angry. This is just going very fast. Whereas in this piece, the girl Holly is kind of holding on. She's trying to say, "No, don't go, don't go." She's holding on to everything she has. It's a slower moving piece because possibly the protagonist wants it to be so. So it's just interesting to see your use of words between dialogue can influence the mood, and hopefully you see that from the pieces I've presented. So just some simple script tips for you. Make the language fit the character. I know I mentioned this before, but if you're writing high school girl, use high school girl slang, vocabulary, grammar. If you're writing about 80-year-old grandpa, use 80-year-old grandpa, vocabulary, slang, grammar. Speech can say a lot about personality and relationships. So, if the mother says, "Abby, darling, it's dinner time," versus, "Abigail, get your lazy behind down here right now." Those are saying different things about maybe the mother's feelings for Abigail at the moment, the kind of situation Abigail is likely to find herself in a few minutes. A good way to tell whether your script flows nicely is to act it out, maybe with a friend. See, would your character really say this? Is this a logical thing for your character to say? Another thing you can do is tape your script, and listen to it. So, if you have a tape recorder, if you have a cell phone, a laptop, something like that should have a voice recorder on it. Readers love dialogue. So I don't know about you, but if I pick up a book and I see, it has long paragraphs, it kind of looks like my, first year chemistry book, I'm not probably going to read it just because, if I'm looking for something fun to read, I don't want to be bogged down with large stuffy descriptions. So using dialogue is a really good way to involve your reader, get them interested and get the story moving. Something else to consider is boring school talk, who should we have here? Hello Pippa, how are you today? Isn't the weather lovely outside? No, most people don't want to read about that either because frankly it's boring. Now an exception to the small talk rule would be My Fair Lady, where there's several instances of small talk occurring, but it's quite comedic. If you're familiar with the story, you'll know what I'm speaking about. So it can be done right, but no means are these rules absolute, but just use caution, when you're writing a dialogue and maybe think about cutting to the chase. A rule I like to follow is the use of said. So there are really many ways you could say said, many synonyms, exclaimed, questioned, asked, cried, yelled. The problem with using words like those is that they really detract from the dialogue itself. Think about, this example. So I say, are they pears? No, they're apples, she said. Are they pears? No, they're apples, she exclaimed. Are they pears? No, they're apples, she elucidated. So, the further you get from said, the more focus the reader's going to be paying on the word used instead of said, and the less the attention they'll be paying on your dialogue. So if you're really interested you really want the reader to be interested in the dialogue, so there are some experts who say, even if it's a question or exclamation, still use said. Use said for everything, just so the reader focuses on your dialogue and not on the words afterwards. Oh, and use dialects and accents with caution, because nobody really wants to try and get through this broad Scottish accent, which I'm not really sure I can replicate, so I'm not going to. Use the silence. So sometimes you'll want to have a period of silence where your character is speechless, so they can't think of anything to say. Ellipses work well for that, or even just describing emotion. I scratched my head, not sure what to say, so chances are you didn't say anything. Or even as simple as, there was a pause, there was a lull in the conversation, both of us were silent. Something as simple as that could also work. So here's your module exercise. This was a nice short one for you, hopefully. And you're going to write a short dialogue or skit, no more than 5 minutes, 20-25 words, whatever you want. Just have fun with it, and good luck. And I apologize for all these rooms, but hopefully you can see the board and get something out of the video anyway. So thank you for watching and good luck.